Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal, where we've made up a lot of ground. Things are looking pretty alright, actually, at this point, but we still have some things to consider. So we're going to head into Canopian space soon, with the intention of purchasing a Shadowhawk 2D... Hold on a second, I'm going to tab out of the game, which is going to kill this lovely background music, to pull up my mech scoring list, because I can never remember which Shadowhawk it is. Yes, the 2D. Okay. If we're going to buy a Shadowhawk 2D, we're going to need money, obviously. Now, because it's a medium mech, it's a 50-ton mech, it's not going to be anywhere near as expensive as the Highlander was, but we do need 3 pieces of it, so it's unlikely that we will be able to just purchase bits. We're probably going to have to buy a whole completed mech, which is going to run us a fair amount of money. So I'm not sure if it actually is smart to go straight from here to the world that we think might have one of those for sale. We might want to stop somewhere along the way and just do a little bit more work, because I'm worried we won't be able to buy that mech very easily. Speaking of making money and getting ready to buy a whole mech, we got to make a decision here. Obviously, 1 million C-bills in pay is pretty attractive, but my concern is that my concern with just taking the million is that if we manage to complete an assault class mech and we are able to sell it off, as you saw last time, we can make close to 1 million for each one of those. And there are several assault class mechs where we're at 3 or 4 completed pieces. So I think what I'm going to do here instead is take this as 800,000 C-bills plus 2 priority salvage. I bet we can finish 1 mech here, or maybe even 2. Probably. And then we're not going to worry about capping out our Capellan rep, because when we get to Canopian space, all of the missions that we can take to work against the Canopians will be offered to us by the Capellans, so we'll be able to cap this out no matter what anyway. There's no sense in taking fewer resources than we might otherwise get. And we're not going to spin the blood wheel on this one. Again, 4.5 skulls. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be difficult enough to be interesting, but I want to take it easy. Blood wheel, forgive me. I want to take it a little bit easy. I think we're just going to roll in with this loadout. This is pretty good. Let's give ourselves a break before we fly out to the rest of the universe and start getting into some real trouble again. Also, it should be noted that we have not actually finished the Dobrev storyline. I know you guys didn't get to see the end of that little bit of flashpoint that was happening on account of that episode of footage that got lost, but the Dobrev got away, right? And we don't exactly know what happened. We're looking into it. So at some point, the rest of that flashpoint campaign is probably going to pop up. I don't know for sure that we're going to finish that before the game ends. Honestly, I started it so late. We can hope. So this is a capture base mission. Capellan scouts report a previously unknown manufacturing plant has been activated by pirate forces. Move in and capture the facility intact and protect it while we mobilize a garrison.
Command interface initiated.
This sounds doable enough. It's a lot of comm chatter coming from that factory. Let's move up and recon the facility and its defenders, and then go get it.
Okay, everybody. Stay frosty.
Look and then murder. Sounds like a very doable plan.
On the move. We've got an unknown.
Okay, wow, that thing just popped right into view there. That is an Archer 2R. Obviously we're going to try to take these mechs in as many pieces as possible, because I don't actually know exactly what we could use. Let's just try to put a Gauss rifle shot right through the canopy of this one, shall we?
I'm on him.
Oof, didn't even hit. That's a real shame. Alright, so they got a quick draw. I think let's reserve down. Let's try to get that Archer to come forward.
For my opening.
Ooh, well that's not ideal.
What can I do for you?
I guess we could try to cut the quick draw down. Even with defenses, it really just doesn't have that much health.
I hear ya.
And I think we're probably... Yeah, it probably behooves us to just burn this thing quickly while we can at the beginning of the battle. I am a little flabbergasted at how poor my chance to hit is. I guess, looking at the AC-5 versus the AC-10, I must be outside of the effective range of the AC-10, but within the maximum.
This should be good.
Well, that's a real shame. That didn't work nearly as well as I was hoping.
Commander.
Interesting that he doesn't want to actually attack us. A little surprised by that. Well, we may as well just have at this guy. Or I could... Ah. I cannot, in fact, use the thumper.
Target confirmed.
Wow, did we not hit a single projectile to his center? I think all of the damage was white. It's actually, like, wild. Okay, yes, we know, Darius.
You need to secure the area, Commander. I'm still seeing hostile contacts on screen.
Man, I was really hoping we were going to be able to finish him off. So we can probably take the quick draw down without having to use precision strike and save the resolve for shooting at other people. Just gonna have you... Yeah, I guess commit right here and shoot at the quick draw again, this time with a little bit more accuracy. He's damaged enough. I don't think we have to spend resolve. But apparently I was wrong, because we're just going to spread the damage out as evenly as possible over the entirety of the mech. Well, at least we took some of his weapons off. That is a real bummer, though.
Yup.
Alright, and you not only aren't moving forward, but are probably moving backward. Let's see, we could jump back on some ice here. Take advantage of that enhanced cooling. I guess I don't really need to, though. Cooling is not my issue. I'm going to go to here, and we are once again going to try to just lance the head off of that archer. Versus a Zeus and an awesome 8Q. Yeah, I think that's right. Come on.
Firing.
Ah, well, at least I made contact that time.
Waiting for orders.
It feels a little bit like a waste to have you shoot at the Annihilator, but then again, or the quick draw. But if we manage to kill the quick draw off, we do get our resolve back. Let's actually have the Bull Shark do it.
Moving out.
Or maybe this is a moment for the Thumper, because they have all gathered up a bit, haven't they? Can't quite affect the what is that? The Zeus? Yeah, this is fine though. I think this should kill the quick draw,
Fire downrange.
while also getting a little bit of other stuff accomplished. Yeah, that's too many. It's too many projectiles. We're gonna give the Marauder one more chance to take that guy down, while I start working on the others with the Annihilator.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
So I mean, we probably go after that Awesome, right? I think that makes sense. He's already pretty damaged. The Thumper it does good work.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Man, those
Let's get
really,
fired up. There.
really did spread out, though. It's wild how little clustering you get without using the precision. I mean, it's
Don't want to scratch the paint.
they want to make it so that you really, really, really want to use precision strike, right? But even so, it feels a little silly. Alright. We're gonna try this one more time, and if this doesn't work, we're probably just having at this with everybody.
Affirmative.
Okay, we got there eventually.
Tango is trash, Skipper.
Please-
Let's do this.
How many times have I told him not to call me Skipper?
Consider me there.
Just can't, you cannot get through to this guy. Alright, so do we want to try to preserve parts of other mechs? I think that Archer is one that we were close to finishing. So that's probably going to be the pull. We could try to go for, like, the legs on this awesome. Well, except for the fact that it naturally moves on 2 or on 1, so it will just get up at the beginning of the next turn. Let me... let me try legging this guy.
Firing full complement.
Oof, really terrible. Like, way, way worse than expected value clustering there. Because I think we are, in fact, going to just blow up the awesome.
Good to go.
No, I don't see any reason to try anything particularly fancy
You
here.
betcha. Firing everything I've got.
Wow, that was incredibly bad. Those are some super bad rolls.
Copy that. Copy that.
Better. Those were better rolls.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Okay, yeah. Zero surprise on that one. So we still have to try to get, like, into the base, too.
Waiting for order.
I suppose that's a that's a concern worth worrying about. How did that Zeus's leg go? It took a lot of damage. I'm gonna run around into this arc and try to precision strike his leg out, and then we'll see if we can take the other leg while he's down. Ooh, nope. Maybe we'll just kill him.
Critical hit, Commander.
So I was just thinking, putting more parts in the loot pool. Alright, so they're all way off to the right. It's important to know for keeping our back armor away from them.
Reporting minimal damage. Ready to rock.
You really don't move forward very fast.
I'm rolling.
It's a little unfortunate, because it means that we don't get to apply the medium laser here. Which
That hit something good.
would have been enough damage to finish him off. But my guess is we're going to be able to get this. That leg plus the other guy pretty easily. So we're at 28 resolve right now. If we want to be able to go for that precision strike on the leg, we first have to detonate this fool. He has 54 total health, so we don't have to shoot all this. In fact, I'm going to turn off all of the medium lasers. We're just gonna cool down completely. That's a lot of damage indicators there. I think way more than actual hits.
Good to go.
Alright, the Annihilator just
Don't need to tell me twice.
takes a precision strike to that leg. We probably don't have to fire too much here. Turn off all the AC-10s. Save that heat. This gives us 3 projectiles to the correct area. I wanted to make sure we weren't going to accidentally kill him.
And stay down.
Or kill his center torso, which would have reduced the number of parts in the loot pool to 1. Just giving us some loot options here. Alright, what do we got? Quick draw, we know something with... Wow. Wow, that's a lot of evasion. I think we reserved out... We gotta get that guy to spend a turn. Can't have just... no, never mind, he's just gonna be standing over there with 7 evasion now. Let's... not be in a huge hurry to attack, I guess? It's not like we're going to be able to do any meaningful damage to that guy.
Orders.
Bull Shark. Let's have the Bull Shark run down here.
Affirmative.
We'll have the Bull Shark and the Orion approach from this side. The Annihilator and the Marauder approach from up here. Let's do our best to give them an excuse to show me some back armor.
Yes, boss. Yes, I'm there.
And we're doing pretty alright armor-wise ourselves. Our heat could use some work in some places. Wow, what is that thing doing? Why is it fleeing so effectively? It's almost like they don't want to fight, like they're trying to bait me forward for some
Waiting for orders.
nefarious purpose.
Standing by.
I don't know what it could be, but it's super weird. Oh, you're kidding me. You can't make it into the trees, really? Alright, I'm just going to sprint forward then.
Going full throttle.
I will have my bulwark. Oh, that's the one with the AC-20, right? It sure is. Okay, he chose not to use it, and he in fact fled from us. Again, I don't really know what's going on here. They're behaving very strangely.
Waiting on you, Commander.
What are your orders?
Can we get the hoplite into position to see that guy? We cannot. Well, we have full resolve. We may as well spend some.
Let's see what you got.
Okay, that's pretty good. Managed to hit the torso with the 40%. Did we damage a component? Yeah, we totally did. We blew up a heatsink.
What can I do for you?
Well, I was gonna have her try to press the Victor, but now I'm wondering about just trying to kill off the other guy. No, let's do that. Let's have her press the Victor.
Coordinates received.
He is standing in the open. He has no defenses. So I think we try to take that AC-20 off him. He left us that arm.
Take this.
Okay, he's actually pretty close to dead already.
Another hit like that.
Like, really close.
Commander.
Real strange. It's been a real strange reinforcement phase here.
We can do this. Let's go.
Alright, the catapult we should be able to kill relatively quickly. We can finish off this
Commander.
this quick draw first, though. I think it would be wise for us to do that. And yeah, I'm just gonna intentionally commit you to a place where everybody can see you. Oh hey, it's another Victor 9S. That's not ideal. Let's finish this guy, I guess. We don't have to have you do that. The Marauder could do that, but we might want to have the Marauder do something else. We could try to burrow into the side armor with... Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see if we can take out the catapult.
Firing all weapons.
It's a pretty good start.
Scored a critical hit. Skipper.
So I think what we're going to do here is try to knock that off. That I'm going to try to get like crazy lucky on this Victor. So right there, oof. Is that really... Am I out of optimal range or something? Oh, I am, very slightly. I was going to say 45% with the Gauss rifle feels not correct. But it looks like no matter how close I get, I'm still going to be slightly outside of optimal range, which is this range indicator down here. So I guess there's no sense in getting any closer.
Copy that, Commander.
Let's try to stay in a place where they can't see me at all. Alright, try to get insanely lucky.
Engaging target.
You know, you roll the dice enough times, a 6 comes up eventually.
Good to go.
I would like everyone to note how extremely seriously I am taking all of our foes.
All weapons are go.
Wow. We were supposed to hit 60% of those, huh? I think one projectile of the 6 landed?
Yes, Commander.
Well, I mean, it's fine. It's just a quick draw, but it was a little bit of a bummer. So the Thumper Cannon... Okay, yeah, we're definitely just moving forward and firing the other blast of the Thumper.
Affirmative.
Bullshark is good. Can, in fact, hit all 3 of them. Lovely.
Fire downrange.
You know, I haven't really noticed how much stability damage it does, but it's probably going to knock him over, right? Or, alternatively, it will kill him dead and also the Victor. Jesus, that
Yes, Commander.
Thumper is quite effective, it turns out. This is the weak side, right? Yeah, okay.
Oh,
This guy's done for. This was not so hard. I mean, granted, we did overdo it a little bit, probably.
firing. Hostile removed.
Okay. Just get the let's occupy this factory and get the hell off this planet before all of the people who were refusing to hire us take horrible vengeance upon us for the things that we have done to them.
On the move. Got it.
On the whole, it's very difficult to be unhappy with the way things have gone in this system. So we have a couple of different options when it comes to stopping off somewhere else to make money before we hit Canopian, the Canopian manufacturing system. We could... Oh, I only had 2 pieces of that archer. The archer I have 3 pieces of must be the other one. I think there's 2 different builds. Well, I'm going to take both of these, and then we're going to get 6 more pieces, and we're just going to hope. Because the one thing that we could take... Yeah, the one thing we have 3 of, we don't get to take 2 pieces of, so... Yeah, just hope. But I mean, it's not going to happen. Look at the raw number of components here. We'd have to get very, very lucky. Give us a normal LRM-20, a rangefinder, which is fine, you know. Plus 25 meter view distance doesn't mean very much, but most of our mechs, and maybe not most, but a lot of our mechs have an empty head slot, and rangefinders are 0 tonnage, so may as well jam it in somewhere. So, like I was saying, we could stop somewhere in Capellan space before we really leave to take advantage of our of the friendliness around here, or we could try to stop somewhere closer to Canopian space. I think I am more inclined to do the first of those, mostly because of the fact... Where's the other cataphract? Okay, you have a comm system. I'm trying to think who really benefits from long range weapon systems. Oh, the Thunderbolt and the Stalker. Those would be the 2 answers. Let's refit this Stalker with the rangefinder. We'll have to see in a second here what the actual system map looks like, because it may be the case that there's a convenient, reasonably high skull world on the way to where we're going. Apparently I had a 100 meter viewfinder as well. Well, let's give you this one, and we'll give the Thunderbolt the other one. And then we also have a +1 hit defense gyro that we should get installed on somebody. I don't know who, but that's a 5% chance to be missed. We shouldn't just leave it in the inventory. Let's jam this in here. And you have a large laser that has no pluses on it, as well as an LRM-20 pod that only does +1 stability damage. Actually, hold on. Did we... Now I'm gonna give him big upgrades. We'll give him the good stuff, because frankly, the Stalker is already powerful enough. Do we have a 15 that has real damage on it? We do. We have a bunch of them, actually. I think we want to focus on real damage over the stability damage. There's definitely an argument to be made for just loading up your missile boats with as much plus stability stuff as possible, so that you can get knockdowns and get your aim that way, and I'm not opposed to it in theory, but on this mech, which is often used to shore up the long-range damage potential of teams where we're intentionally running lighter mechs to try to meet a difficulty requirement, I think the raw damage is going to be way better. Let me take a closer look at this Stalker. What do our missile bays actually look like? Because we might be able to replace them with something a little bit more effective. +2 damage, that 15 could be replaced with +2 damage, so let's do that. Here we go. And then also, remember to still put the rangefinder in. And we could, I suppose, throw the hit defense gyro in one of these 2 mechs, but these guys tend to be far enough away from the action. I guess that's less true of the Thunderbolt. We sometimes use the Thunderbolt as a close-range LRM tank because of how much armor it has. So you have a gyro, you have a gyro. I'm gonna think who else gets close to people. The Wolverine totally gets close to people. Not really. Hold on. You have a gyro already. Looks like we actually have a lot of hit defense already. We could throw it on... We don't want to mess with the Penance Mech. The Penance Mech's 2 energy slots are in the center torso, so we couldn't put the gyro in there without losing a whole weapon. The Dragonfly has a good gyro. The Griffin already has a gyro. Okay, so yeah, we're actually... Here, let's put it in the Bull Shark. We'll just move that double heatsink to some other part of the body, because it is too big to fit in there alongside the hit defense gyro. Boy, it's not really trivial though, is it? So we can't move those weapons. We could move... We could put the heatsink in one of the legs. Gyros are 3 slots, I think. Oh, we have a 2-point hit defense. We should probably... Okay. Maybe we do something like this? And I mean, we could move... Well, I don't want to move an ammo bin to the center, obviously. And he doesn't really have any other components. I was going to say we could move like a heatsink or a jump jet, but it doesn't have any small heat sinks or jump jets. So I guess I'm going to leave it like this. It's a big old heat sink in that one leg. I'm going to move this ammo bin to the other leg then. I would prefer that we don't have the heat sinks and the ammo bins together at all, but this is unfortunately not really avoidable unless we want to put an ammo bin in one of the arms, which I don't. I really don't, actually. And then we do still have a +1 hit defense gyro, so I guess let's just look for any mech that doesn't have one, because we should get that equipped on somebody. You have one. You don't have one, so it's probably going in that Hunchback then. The Wolverine... I think I would rather have it in the Hunchback than the Wolverine. And we don't use that Hunchback very often. Oh, the Cataphract 1X doesn't have one. We don't use this mech all that often, but I think it makes sense to do it here. It has a Gauss rifle in it, so you know, there's definitely some danger to this thing getting shot. We'll move a jump jet out to here. I see that I was trying to create a dead side on this mech that we could just turn toward our enemies to use as a shield. So let's keep components out of that side. Okay, and let's figure out where we're going. How many days worth of repairs and modifications in total is that? 9? I can't imagine us finding a place to fly to that's going to be faster than 9 days worth of travel. 22 days to Sax. Only 17 to New Roland. 14 to Repulse. And we don't really need any reputations that we could get up here anymore. I guess Sunnywood is 19 days away and might have Canopians on it. That would take us through 3 new planets in only 19 days. Potentially let us mess with our Canopian rep. They'll be easy enough jobs. And then from there we can fly to Canopian space. I mean, the downside, of course, is that lower difficulty jobs tend to be lower paying, but it's not actually always the case. And we have definitely seen million C-build jobs at relatively low difficulty levels. This is a mining world. This might work. This might be interesting. How many days is it until our next pay? 23? Yeah, let's go for it. 3 new worlds is a fair amount of points. Canopian rep is a big bonus.
Bio command.
I should go through our the pilots that we have on active duty and make sure that they're all skilled up, because after a couple of high difficulty missions, you acquire quite a bit of total XP. What each new world, each system rather that we've never been to is 500 points or something like that. It's pretty significant. It's important to make sure you're traveling through new stuff as often as possible. Plus, you know, the travel gives people time to chill out, hang out in the simulators, and just generate some XP, which is totally worth score for us.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Yes, 500 points each. That's significant. We would have to get to 170 star systems, which is to say all the way up to this 85,000 in order to earn the 25k there, which we will not be doing. You unfortunately cannot do as much flying back and forth in the same place as I did early on in this this career mode, and still make those completion points. While in Murris, you get a message from the commander of another mercenary company passing through. After some formalities, the message gets straight to the point. My boys tell me you got Spider on your crew. As one commander to another, I need to tell you, Spider is not a good hire. To be blunt, she's a thief and a backstabber, and only common decency had me leave her on a station instead of booting her through the airlock when I finally fired her ass. Okay. I mean, I don't care about this. Just delete the message. I'll judge Spider's value for myself. Spider's not even one of the pilots who ever gets in a mech, so... We literally hired her to sit in the training simulator and acquire the abstract concept of experience. Which she is doing just fine, thank you. New flashpoint was added in Paratalada, which I have no idea. I have no idea where almost any of the systems are. So I believe our last Argo upgrade... Oh hey, the Dobrev thing came back. Vera calls you to the Argo's command center, where you find the view screen overflowing with grainy hollow images and dossiers. Multiple sources confirm that an unknown spacecraft crashed into a saltwater lake on Mantharaka about a month ago. Her surviving crew was medevaced to an orbiting station, where they were all found to have suffered misjump-induced injuries. Oh, that's the Dobrev. Farah pumps her fist, her smile radiant with triumph. It has to be. Darius nods. Yes, and that was the good news. The bad news is, we're not the only company on the derelict's trail. The Black Widow has been carving a bloody trail across the frontier, burning out black market sites on over a dozen worlds. And I have reliable information that she's moving toward Mantharaka. I don't know why she would be... That doesn't seem like a good way to find the thing at all. Samiri shakes her head. If we fight the Black Widow, she's going to end us. This is a bad idea, Commander. Again, not even the tiniest bit scared of her. Farah shrugs. So we move fast. If we recover the Dobrev's navigation logs before she gets there, we won't even need to fight. Yeah, let's, I do like the idea of asserting that if it comes to a fight, I can beat the Black Widow, but I don't see what the benefit of this is over saying, hey, let's go there fast and just do the thing fast. Because we totally could beat the Black Widow, I'm sure, but, like... I guess I don't understand the mechanical utility of the choice we're being offered here, unfortunately. I've been saying over and over again out loud, we don't have to be afraid of the Black Widow, and she's not been shown to us to be scary in any way at all, so I suppose, to stay in character, this would be the one to do. You let your voice take on a hard edge. I'm not afraid of Natasha Kerensky. Disciples of the Wheel beat the Black Widow Company back on Appian, and it was really easy. And if it comes to a fight, I will gladly do it again. Darius crosses his arms over his chest. The Commander's right. We can beat the Black Widow. All we need to do is be prepared. Samiri's lips tighten, but she says nothing. Eventually, she sighs. I'll mark Mantharaka on the star map, but we'd better not go before we're ready. When I land us there, we're gonna be committed to seeing this job through to the end. Okay. I guess let's have a quick look at the store, and then we need to look at the star map and have some idea of what's coming up. So, nothing. We're not offered anything interesting. There is an LB-20X, which is maybe worth buying. Probably not. And then, what we're actually here for, obviously, is just random contracts. So where is Mantharaka? Ah, okay, it's kind of on the way. So it's a 5-skull campaign, no consecutive deployments. It's probably just a single mission, right? Pull the trigger on this drop, you may well be committing us to a confrontation with the Black Widow. The fact that you guys keep going, oh my god, she's so amazing, we'll definitely die if we face her, makes me less afraid of her, not more. Alright, we'll get to that. Let's have a look at the contracts here on this world first. Fingers crossed for 6 jobs. 10 jobs. 16 jobs. Now, it's a 2-skull world, so these are not necessarily all going to be super fun. Okay, let's see. That one's against the Magistracy. That one's against the Capellans, but it's fine. We can afford to do one against the Capellans, because we'll get a lot of that rep back immediately, and then we'll still end up fighting for the Capellans against the Canopians later. We probably don't want to do these, because we don't want to raise our Canopian rep, because that's just reducing our score. But we could do the rest of them, I think. That one lowers Taurian rep, but we could just do this before we do the Taurian ones, so that we push our rep back up for the completion. It is a shame that so few of these are against the Canopians. We'll have to do a little math and figure out what makes sense as a strategy here. But for right now, let's just go ahead and take. I guess we're going to do this Capellan one, right? We know that. Let's do this now, lose 6 Taurian rep, and then when we do one of the Taurian missions, it'll just push us back up. So, 2.5 skulls, and this seems like a fine time to invite the majesty of the Bloodwheel into our lives. And then I will probably do the rest of the stuff on this planet off camera, because it's just... a lot of these missions are going to be really, really easy. Okay, jump shot. Here's the thing. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we have not seen a couple of the things from the wheel, and we're getting close to the end of the campaign. I don't know how much more time we have left. And you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll do jump shot here, and we'll consider our other options later. So jump shot is people can only shoot on turns when they jumped. Obviously, it's not going to be terribly difficult. And I'm inclined to take a lot of money here, but we might not want to go... At 2.5 skulls, we could totally just see a Shadowhawk. How much money is there to be made from the other jobs? This is the most valuable job on the planet. It's not even particularly close. I think we're going to take this one pretty heavily cash-focused. In fact, maybe all cash, and then I'll maybe do some salvaging on the others just in case we run into a Shadowhawk. Because if we go for 1-7 and we see a Shadowhawk and we get up to 3 pieces of the Shadowhawk instead of 2, I don't know that really changes too much for us. If we're going to commit ourselves to trying to get more Shadowhawk on this mission, we really have to do something like that. And I think it's way more likely that we're going to encounter the Shadowhawk in a shop in Canopian space, and we're going to have to buy it. So let's just handle it this way. Okay, jump shots at 2.5 skulls. What was the biome on this one? Desert. That's rough. Well, I think we're almost certain to bring the Phoenix Hawk. Blackjack does fine under these rules. I like the Griffin for this a lot, but it absolutely has to have a heat pilot. I mean, Foxglove makes a really good pilot for this. And then, like, the Grasshopper, that keeps us at 2.5. Yeah, that's not too bad. So the Blackjack doesn't really need coolant vent, and in fact, I might just swap these 2 and then leave everything else the way it is. A cruise is maybe not totally ideal for Badrock, but we would want a pilot who has sure footing and coolant vent, so basically Foxglove. You know what? This is fine. Yeah, let's just get in here and take some jump shots. I'm feeling very confident in the ability of our pilots to pull us through a 2.5 skull mission. So something tells me we're going to come out the other side of this just fine. At the risk of sounding like I'm too impressed with my own skills, I am wondering now if perhaps we should implement some difficulty modifiers to make the jobs harder when we take these restrictions, not easier, because we sure are flying through stuff. Hostile Taurian forces have been making increasingly bold incursions. Okay, a base defense usually has some bonus objectives, so we might make, like, a lot of money here, if we're lucky. Payment will be remitted upon the repulsion of all hostile Taurian units. If by repulsion you mean destruction, you got a deal, friend. Darius thinks the job will be straightforward. I don't trust Darius. If Darius was better at rating our missions, I'd be more likely to listen to him. Hey, what a surprise, it's that one base again. Alright, we got bad guys. They're coming for the structures. Do the thing. Sure would be cool if we could keep all the buildings alive, but we really don't. We are not the ones who have the primary say on that one.
Moving out.
We do want to run out of the base and meet them as far forward as possible,
10-4.
but the real danger here is going to come when the reinforcement wave, which we know will happen, spawns in, because they may kill the tall buildings over the walls instantly in a way that we actually can't do anything about. We could try rotating one of our people back toward each of the corners, right as we think we're killing off this wave, but we'd have to put people on opposite corners of the base. It's not really feasible. Okay, this guy's probably got about 100 evasion, but I'm gonna go for it.
Ready, set.
He's also probably pretty light. Yep, he is in fact pretty light. Even with precision strike, we have basically no chance of hitting him. Okay. One shot connecting is a big deal. Oh, actually, we blew up the ammo bin. A single hit, but it hit exactly the right spot.
What are your orders, Skipper?
You don't see that every day. Okay, so we do want to take some shots. I think here I'm just gonna fire this because all we're really doing is removing evasion here.
I'm on him.
Oh, we made contact.
How's it going?
What is this? 30 tons? I think what I'm gonna do is just run over and smack this guy.
Roger that.
Because I bet a connected melee attack is going to push his unsteadiness past that threshold. He's got a very, very low threshold there.
Commander.
So now that he has no evasion, as far as I believe the rules of jump shot are, we're only allowed to shoot on turns when we jump. We don't have to jump in order to do melee attacks. I'm pretty sure. Listen, one of the primary principles of the Blood Wheel is that rules lawyering is not only fine, but mandatory.
Reporting critical hit.
Okay, well that guy's not getting back up.
Come on, mech warriors. It's
We just gotta make sure that we deal damage to the other enemies to prevent them from focusing thoroughly on the buildings. I don't know if we have to deal damage or if it's enough to just take shots at them.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm gonna fire on the cicada here. Okay, well, we're not gonna find out with him. I did deal damage, so he's very likely to focus on us. Okay, that could have been a lot more dangerous.
Reporting minimal damage. Yup. Waiting for orders.
Try to do this so I'm not showing my back to that cicada.
Blitzing off.
Then we are absolutely gonna precision strike and just drill real hard through this guy's leg as well. Yeah, we may as well go for the torso.
Firing.
I think this will be a kill, probably. Yeah, it's too much damage for a mech that size to withstand.
Confirmed.
Alright, and then the blackjack gets to... I'm gonna short hop, I think. Well, I guess I'd like to get within small laser range, though. Yeah, the further you travel during your jump, the more heat jumping generates, so there are totally reasons not to just go for it all the time. Yeah, we may as well. Just aim center. And do I need to give him everything? Probably not. I'm gonna just fire these weapons.
Copy that.
Because all we needed was any two of those 4 projectiles to hit center.
Orders.
Oh, not quite close enough to throw punches. Well, which side did I hit? Okay, I should jump in on the other side of him. But I guess I don't have to jump that far. Maybe we should try to limit my jump distance a little bit. Just I want to be shooting into that arc, but I want to move as little as possible to do it.
Affirmative.
Wow, that was way more effective than I thought it was going to be. Okay, well, he is also dead.
Heads up, Commander. hostile
I was gonna say,
contact inbound.
this is the turn where we start running people toward the back corners.
Waiting for orders.
Let's have... We don't have any indication of which direction the reinforcements are coming from. Let's just do some running here.
Pedal to the metal.
Alright, no contacts on this side. Never mind. We got him.
Ready to rock.
So somebody's got to finish this asshole off. Let's have it be you. We'll jump away from him, right? Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to jump away. I want to make sure that we're still in medium laser range. We shouldn't need the medium lasers, but just in case. This is probably good.
Off. I got you.
That's a very compelling, very promising first group kill. And we're going to run you around this way because we don't know that they're not coming in from both sides. Let's try to verify that. Okay, so at the moment, they don't have any vision of the buildings. I'm fairly sure, so they couldn't fire. But that probably won't be true anymore by the middle of the next turn. Basically, as soon as this mech gets a move. So, they have a 60-ton vehicle and an 80-ton vehicle.
What can I do for you?
That's potentially a lot of firepower. Right, I'm going to jump all the way in here. This is perhaps unwise. So that's an assassin. I mean, the vehicles are in pretty poor repair. That's a demolisher. Jesus. It probably won't shoot at me if I don't shoot at it, but I think that it might be wise to make sure it goes down. Just the raw amount of damage it deals, it's going to destroy a building on the first hit, so... The difference in damage output, or the difference in health on these is not super significant. Oh man, this might be a really bad idea. Just don't miss with anything. Okay, problem solved.
I feel
Yeah.
bad about shooting the little guys.
That was actually the biggest guy. It was the biggest guy on this particular battlefield. Yep, it begins. Oh, and that thing only has 50 health left? Oh, shit.
Standing by.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything about that. It's dead.
Let's move.
Thing is, we could have killed the assassin. In order to save this building, we would have had to... With just the Phoenix Hawk's action, we would have had to kill that, and the Demolisher, and the Blackjack.
Confirmed.
Was the only way to save that building. Even if we had
Double time. Let's go.
if we had had our entire lance over here, we might have been able to pull it off.
Commander.
It's a frustrating way to lose an optional objective. You just never actually had a chance to have. Alright,
Waiting on you,
well,
Commander.
I think I'm not that concerned about the assassin, right? Yeah, it's not much of a mech. The Bulldog's not terrifying either, so I think
hear
what we're
ya.
going to do with Cruz here is jump over, coolant vent, and just try to gut this guy. You know, gut him through the spine. The path of least resistance, they call it. Terrible shooting, which is really awful.
Ready to rock.
That actually, that super sucks. That we failed to get the kill there.
Firing jump jet.
You may as well also precision strike and just go dead center on this guy. I mean, he doesn't really have that much health.
On it.
Now, again, really, really horrible clustering. Way worse than the projected value. Sometimes the camera just spins around 270-ish degrees for no reason. Okay. Well, I don't think we can accomplish much over here. Oh, if I jump, I can see that vehicle. I'm not going to shoot at it, though.
Let's get fired.
We'd only be able to hit it with a large laser, so it would definitely survive. Just seems like a real bad plan. Alright. Oh, I have to move. Sorry, I can't fire without jumping. We're not going to get to shoot all of our weapons.
Soar!
How much center torso health do you have left? 8. I really shouldn't have to aim, but I'm going to aim, because we're having some terrible luck so far.
Targeting enemy stick.
There we go.
We can do this! Let's go!
We probably lost, like,
Robot, you had the chance.
my guess is a couple 100,000 C-bills. I bet that defend all buildings was like a 25% objective. So it's not a small amount. But it's also not exactly heartbreaking. We need to get for 59 damage. I'm gonna precision strike this as well. Do our best to focus this in. I need 2 weapons to hit the same place.
Here we go.
Okay, wow. Really bad luck. Two of our 4 95% projectiles missed.
Let's
But
do this.
the 2 that hit both hit the same location, so that'll do.
Oh, yeah.
I want to move as little as possible. Try to keep that heat under control. And I mean, this is over, right?
Roger. Hostile
Alright, well, that ought to do it. I'm pretty bummed out about not getting that extra bonus.
Successful.
Yeah, if we had our whole lance over there, or at least the 3 people in our lance that moved on initiative 3, then we could maybe have taken out one of them per action and prevented them from getting more than one person to shoot at the tall building. But it's very difficult to rely on. Alright, and there was absolutely nothing in the loot that we wanted there, so pretty happy with the way that worked out, salvage-wise and everything. Alright, we could start a new mission here. I could do one more on camera, 51 minutes into the episode, but I think, given that these are kind of outside of the sweet spot, I think the Blood Wheel works best when we're doing, like, 3 to 4 skull missions, and given that these are all outside of that and are all going to be as easy as that last one was, or considerably easier, I think maybe this will be an okay place to call it for today. So that is going to be it for us for the moment. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to clear Sunnywood off camera because it's going to be a very rote exercise. Come back next time, tomorrow, when we finally track down the Dobrev. It's happening. And we'll see you then.